The sky was dark red. Smoke rose from burning alien towers. The war was almost over. The United Human Colonies had taken control of the Zather homeworld. Sergeant Adam Ross walked through the ruins with his rifle ready. His boots crunched over broken glass and alien bones. "This area is clear," his squad leader said through the radio, but Adam didn't move on. Something felt wrong. His instincts were screaming. Then he heard a faint sound. A soft groan. He turned toward the sound and saw part of a wall had collapsed. Behind it was a body-an alien, a woman. She was badly hurt, breathing heavily, but still alive. Adam's first reaction was to call it in. Found a survivor, Zather female, injured. "Leave her," the squad leader ordered coldly. "She's one of theirs." Adam looked at the alien. She had silver blue skin, long black hair, and purple eyes full of pain and hate. Her royal-looking armor was cracked but still beautiful. She looked proud. Evan on the ground. Adam ignored. The order, he dropped his rifle, knelt beside her, and gently lifted the rubble off her legs. She winced, but didn't cry out. Her pride was stronger than her pain. "What are you doing?" she hissed. "Your people want me dead." "I'm not." "My people," Adam said simply. She blinked, surprised by his voice. It was calm. Kind. He carefully picked her up. She was tall and light, like her bones were thinner than a human's. She tried to push away, but she was too weak. "I don't need your help," she growled. "I know," Adam replied, "but you're getting it anyway." Back at the human base, the medics were surprised. "Why'd you bring her?" one of them asked. "She's a Zather. They started this war." "She's wounded," Adam said. "That's enough." Some soldiers looked angry. Others just shook their heads. The alien woman didn't speak again as they cleaned her wounds. But her eyes never left Adam. She watched him like a puzzle she couldn't solve. Later that night, Adam sat in the mess hall alone. The war was basically over. The Zather Empire had fallen. But he didn't feel like celebrating. He thought about the alien woman. There had been something in her eyes, not just hate. There was sorrow, loss, maybe even guilt. He looked up as a young officer sat beside him. "Do you know who you brought in?" she asked. "No. That's Queen Varaya, the rebel leader. The voice behind all their attacks." Adam froze. "She's the queen," he repeated. The officer nodded. "She escaped capture for years. And now you carried her in like a wounded bird." The next day, Adam was called to the command center. He expected punishment. Instead, he got a strange new assignment. "You're to watch the prisoner," said General Torres. "She doesn't talk to anyone, but she looked at you." "That's something." Adam frowned. "I'm not a babysitter. You're a symbol now," the general said. "The war's over. But peace won't come easy. Maybe it starts." With a conversation, the prison cell was cold and quiet. Queen Vera sat on a bench, arms crossed. She looked better now. Cleaned up, still proud. "Still angry?" Adam stood outside the energy field. "I heard you're a queen," he said. "I heard you're a fool," she replied. He smiled. "Fair?" She looked away. "You should have let me die. My people will never forgive me for being captured." Adam stepped closer. "Maybe they'll forgive you for surviving." She narrowed her eyes. "You think this is kindness? Is this how humans show mercy? Locking me in a cage? I didn't put you in there," he said softly. "But I did stop them from dissecting you." I made her pause. "You protected me?" she asked, clearly shocked. "I protected a person," Adam said. "Not an alien, not a queen, just someone who needed help." Vera looked down. Hand touched the bandages on her side. "You risked your life," she whispered. "Yeah," he nodded. "Not sure why. Guess I'm just tired of all the death." There was silence for a moment. "Your people burned my cities," she said, "and yours destroyed ours," he replied. "We've both lost too much." Over the next few days, Adam kept visiting. At first, Vera ignored him. Then she started asking questions. "What is Earth like? What do humans eat? Why do you fight with emotions instead of logic?" He answered every question honestly. told her about snow and chocolate in his mother's garden, spoke of music, laughter, and dogs. She listened like a curious child, hearing fairy tales. One day she asked, "Do you believe your side was right?" Adam shook his head. No side was right. We both thought we were. That answer made her silent for a long time. Finally she said, "I led the rebellion to stop my empire from hurting the innocent. But war... War never stays clean." Adam nodded. "I know." One afternoon, a group of angry soldiers broke into the detention wing. They wanted revenge. "That's the alien witch," one of them shouted, before they could get close. Adam stepped in front of Vira's cell. "Back off," he said. "Move, Ross." The lead soldier barked. Adam didn't move. They shoved him. One soldier punched him in the jaw. He fell, bleeding, but still blocked their path. Guards came and dragged the attackers away. Inside the cell, Viewership stared at Adam. His lip was bleeding. His eye was swelling. "You protected me again," she said, confused. He sat against the wall, breathing hard. "Yeah, guess I'm stupid." "No," she whispered. "You're different." That night, Viewership sat alone in her cell. For the first time, she didn't feel like a prisoner. She felt something else. Hope. She touched the place on her side where Adam had carried her. She remembered his arms, strong, warm, human, and she made a silent vow. "I will repay this kindness somehow." Queen Vera sat quietly in her cell. Days passed. She no longer shouted at the guards. She no longer demanded to speak to her people. She just waited for what even she didn't know. But every morning, Sergeant Adam Ross came to visit. Sometimes he brought books. Sometimes he brought food she had never tasted. And sometimes he just sat there saying nothing, as if his presence was enough. At first, Vera thought he had some trick. Maybe he wanted something. Maybe he was just pretending to be kind. But each day, he proved her wrong. He didn't ask for favors. He didn't try to change her. He only listened. And he cared. "I had a dog once," Adam said one day, sitting outside the energy field of her cell. Name was Brutus. He used to bark at the vacuum cleaner and chase his own tail. Viewership raised an eyebrow. "Dogs sound... chaotic." "They are," Adam said with a smile. "But they're loyal. They'd love you no matter what, even if you're angry, even if you're broken." She looked down. "We don't have anything like that on Zatha." "Maybe you should," he said gently. Vera didn't answer. But deep inside, she felt something strange. Something warm. Later that week, a group of scientists came to the detention wing. They wore white coats, carried scanners, and whispered about genetic mapping and behavioral analysis. When they saw Viewership, their eyes lit up. "This is a rare opportunity," one said. "We should begin testing immediately." "No," Adam said, stepping forward. "You're just a soldier," the lead scientist snapped. "She's a prisoner of war. Her body belongs to the government now." "She's still a person," Adam growled. "You want knowledge? Ask her. Don't treat her like a lab rat." Queen Viewership stood silently behind the energy wall. Watching them argue, she might have weapons hidden inside her, the scientist insisted. "Their biology is unknown, and you're afraid of the unknown," Adam said coldly. The scientists backed off that day, but they promised to return. After they left, Vera looked at Adam and said, "You stood up for me again." "I stand up for what's right," he replied. "You risk your career," she said softly. "For me," he looked into her eyes. "You're not the enemy anymore, Vera. The war is over." "Not for me," she whispered. "Not in my heart." A few days later, Vera asked Adam a question she had never dared before. "Why are you really here?" she asked. "Every day, every hour. Why me?" Adam leaned back in his chair. "Because I think there's more to you than war, and I want to see who that person is." She looked away, trying to hide the way her heart beat faster. "No one's ever said that to me before," she admitted. "Maybe they should have," Adam said. The next week, Viewership was given a new privilege: 1 hour outside the cell, under guard, inside a quiet garden dome aboard the station. Adam walked beside her as she stepped into the artificial sunlight. She blinked and covered her eyes, not used to light anymore. The grass was fake. The flowers were grown in tubes. But to Vera, it felt like a forest of dreams. I used to walk through real forests, she said. Before the Empire found me. Before I became queen. What happened? Adam asked gently. I was chosen, not born. People picked me to lead the rebellion. I never wanted to be royalty. Then why accept it? Because someone had to fight back, she said, her voice full of steel. Someone had to protect the children, the sick, the poor. The Empire would have crushed them all. Adam nodded. You were brave. I became a symbol, she continued. Not a person. They stopped seeing me. Only the crown. She sat on the fake grass and sighed. Now I'm here, alone. No people, no crown, no future. Adam sat beside her. Not alone. She looked at him. Why do you care so much? Because, he said slowly, I think you're the most human person I've met out here. That night, Vera dreamed of her home, of Zethary skies bright with twin moons, of the waterfall city where she once lived. And she dreamed of Adam walking through her memories not as a soldier, but as someone who truly saw her. She woke up with tears in her eyes. Trouble came the next day. News spread. A group of Zethary loyalists had attacked a human supply convoy. Several humans were killed. The human government was angry. Peace talks stopped. At the detention wing, soldiers threw angry glances at Virea's cell. Some whispered threats. One guard even spat near her feet. Adam returned that night, bruised and tired. Virea rushed to the edge of the energy field. What happened? Fights breaking out all over the station, he said. Some think the war is starting again. They blame me. He nodded. Some do. She stepped back. Maybe I should have died on the battlefield. Don't say that, Adam said sharply. You're the key to peace. I'm a prisoner. You're more than that. That night, alarms went off across the station. Red alert. Security breach. A Zethary ship had entered human space. A team of rebels landed inside the station. Their mission, rescue Queen Virea. Explosions rocked the lower decks. The soldiers ran through the halls. Chaos spread like wildfire. Adam grabbed his rifle and ran toward the detention wing. When he arrived, 2 rebels had already broken through the energy field. They were armed and shouting in their language. Your Highness, we've come for you. Virea looked shocked. Oh, no, you shouldn't be here. They handed her a weapon. We must leave. Now. Suddenly, Adam appeared in the doorway, weapon raised, step away from her. The rebels turned to shoot. Vera shouted no. She jumped between them. A laser bolt missed her by inches. Adam fired once, hitting one rebel in the leg. The other fled. Virea grabbed Adam's hand. Come with me, she said. What? Dale. Kill you if you stay, and I won't lose you. He hesitated. Then he nodded. They ran. The 2 of them stole a small escape pod. It launched just seconds before the station sealed its hangar doors. Inside, alarms were blaring. The pod shook as it escaped gravity. Adam took the pilot's seat. Where do we go? He asked. There's a hidden moon, Vera said. Neutral ground. No one will find us there. The pod vanished into the stars. Hours later, they landed roughly on a cold. Gray moon covered in fog, Adam and Virea stepped out, tired and bruised. They built a small shelter. They found water from underground ice. They hunted strange animals. For food, days passed. They talked. They laughed. They remembered. And one night, as stars shined above the moon, Vera sat beside Adam and whispered, I have made many mistakes, but saving you, ... being with you, ... is not one of them. Adam looked into her eyes. I should be afraid. I should want to go back, but I'm not, he said. Not if you're here. Virea took his hand. I was a queen of war, she said, but you've shown me something better. That night she made a decision, a gift, a secret, a vow. She would give him something that would change his life forever. The small shelter on the cold moon was quiet. The wind outside howled like a lost soul, but inside the warm cave there was peace. Adam added a few sticks to the fire, while Queen Viraya sat near the entrance, watching the stars. They had been hiding on this moon for 6 days now. Any sign of pursuit? Adam asked. Nothing yet, Viera replied. But they will come. Humans are my own people. Someone will find us. Then we enjoy the quiet while it lasts. She smiled slightly. Her face had changed. It wasn't cold anymore. Her eyes, once filled with hate, now showed calm and even softness when she looked at him. That night they shared a strange Zaithri fruit cooked over fire. Vera laughed when Adam made a face at the sour taste. Disgusting, he said. Royal delicacy. She replied with a grin. Later, as the fire died down, Vera spoke seriously. I have to return, she said. I cannot hide forever. Adam looked at her. Return where? To the humans. Your people. I want peace, Adam. Real peace. I've seen enough war. He nodded. But they'll arrest you again. I know. She whispered. But this time, I will walk in as a leader, not a prisoner. Adam admired her courage. Then I'll go with you. She shook her head. It's too dangerous. You're already a traitor in some eyes. It might punish you. I don't care, Adam. Said I'll stand beside you. Her expression softened. She looked at him, truly looked, and then said something he did not expect. I owe you something. Not just my life, but something more important. Adam raised an eyebrow. What is it? She didn't answer right away. Instead, she stood and walked toward her pack. From inside it, she pulled out a small black case about the size of a book. She carried it gently, as if it were precious. This, she said, is my gift. Adam opened the case slowly. Inside was a glass cylinder filled with blue mist. Floating in the mist was something small, something alive, a child. Asked, shocked. Yes, she said quietly. An embryo, half human, half Zaithri. His breath caught in his chest. Wait, is this ours? Viraya nodded. It was made using my DNA, and yours. From samples taken while I was under care after you rescued me, I gave permission. Adam stared at the tiny life. Why? 'Cause peace needs a symbol, she said. Something real, something born from both sides. He looked at her. Overwhelmed? You trust me with this? I trust you more than anyone, she said. And I care for you, Adam. Silence fell between them, but it was not awkward. It was full of meaning. Adam placed the case down carefully. I'll protect this child, he said, even if it costs me everything. Vera smiled. I know. The next morning, a human ship arrived. Adam spotted it, first flashing lights across the sky. They found us, he said. Viraya stood calmly. Let them come. They packed quickly. Viraya carried the embryo case. Adam checked his rifle, though. He hoped he wouldn't need it. The ship landed. Soldiers stepped out armed, alert. A tall officer approached. Her name tag read, Commander Nina Hale, Sergeant Adam Ross, she said sternly. You are under investigation for aiding the enemy. Viraya stepped in front of him. He is no traitor. I asked him to come. The soldiers raised their weapons. Adam didn't move. His eyes stayed on the commander. There is something you need to see, Vera said. She opened the case. Commander Hale stared at the embryo, speechless. It's alive, she asked. Yes, Vera replied. And it is proof that peace is possible. The commander slowly lowered her weapon. We need to take you both back. The council will want answers. Adam nodded. We'll go. But no harm comes to her, or the child. You have my word, the commander said. The space station, everything had changed. News of Vioretta's return spread fast. Some called it a trap, others whispered it was a miracle. She walked the halls with her head high. No chains, no cell, just her and Adam in the future in her hands. The Human Council called for a meeting. Leaders, generals, diplomats, they all came. Vera stood before them, calm and proud. "I am not here to surrender," she said. "I am here to unite," many shouted. Many questioned her honesty, but then she held up the case. "This is the future. Born from war, yes, but born of love, of hope, and of both our kinds. Let this child be the beginning of peace." There was silence, then murmurs, then slow applause from one brave councilwoman. The others followed. It was not total victory, but it was a start. Later, Adam sat in the garden dome, the same place where he and Virea once talked. She joined him, sitting beside him on the grass. "They didn't arrest me," she said softly. "Not yet. They won't," he said. "They're scared. But they're also curious." She looked at the stars. "What happens now?" "We raise the child," Adam said. "We show them that different doesn't mean dangerous." Viera smiled. "You really believe that?" "I believe in you." She reached out and touched his hand. "It was the first time. I never thought I'd care for a human," she whispered. "I never thought I'd fall for an alien queen," he replied. They both laughed quietly. That night, a celebration was held in the lower decks, small but meaningful. Humans and Zathri, who believed in peace, gathered. They shared food, stories, songs. Virea stood among them, no longer a prisoner, no longer just a rebel. She was now a symbol of hope. Adam stood beside her, and between them carefully watched. Was the embryo floating in its blue light protected by a special chamber? One soldier looked at Adam and said, "You really did it. You tamed the queen." Adam smiled. "No." "No one tamed her. She chose peace." The soldier nodded. "And now she chose you." Adam looked at Virea. Maybe he didn't understand everything, or maybe he didn't know what the future would bring, but he knew this much. A simple act of kindness had changed everything. The station was quiet at night, but the minds of its leaders were not. Rumors had spread across the colonies and into Zathri space. Everyone was talking about the child. A child born from two worlds. A child born from war but created for peace. "Sergeant." Adam Ross sat in his room looking at the glowing chamber that held the embryo. He had cleaned and polished the case 3 times, though it didn't need cleaning, just wanted to protect it. More than anything, the door slid open with a soft hiss. Queen Virea stepped in. "You didn't sleep again," she said. "I keep thinking," Adam said. "What kind of life will this child have?" Virea walked over and sat beside him. "A life of challenges, ... but also purpose." Created something. "Powerful, Adam. Not just life, but a bridge." He looked at her. "Do you think they'll accept it or destroy it?" She didn't answer right away. They fear what they don't understand. Humans and Zathri both. But fear can be changed. If someone is brave enough. Adam took her hand. "Then we'll be brave." Together. The next day, the Human Council requested Virea's presence again. The room was full of officials. Many still looked at her with suspicion. Others with silent curiosity. Adam stood behind her like a silent guard. Counselor R.I. Chan, a man with gray hair and cold eyes, leaned forward. "Queen. Vera, do you expect us to believe this? This hybrid child is a gift and not a weapon?" Virea stood tall. "I've fought enough battles. This child is not a weapon. It is my offering, my apology, my promise." Another counselor asked, "Why now? Why should we trust you?" "Because you trust him," she said, pointing at Adam. "You celebrate Sergeant Ross as a hero, but he risked everything for kindness." The council was quiet. Then Counselor Alira, a younger woman with calm eyes, spoke. "Let us test the child, study its DNA. If it shows danger, no." Adam said sharply, "You don't test a child like a weapon. You protect it like a future citizen." The room grew tense. Virea stepped forward. "You may test me, ask me anything, but the child stays protected." Rachan scowled. "You are not in charge here." Rachan's voice was firm. "I am not your enemy either." After the meeting, Vera and Adam returned to their quarters. They were quiet for a long time. Then Adam said, "They still don't trust you." "I know," Vera said, "and they won't. Not easily, but we still have time. If we keep showing them we mean peace, some will listen. Suddenly, the alarm sounded across the station. Red alert. Security breach. Adam grabbed his weapon. Urea clutched the embryo case and followed him. They reached the main hallway to find smoke and shouting. Guards rushed past them. Sabotage. In the reactor wing, one shouted, "Explosion, risk." Adam's heart raced. If the station blew up, the child would die. He turned to Virea. "Get to the shuttle bay. Take the child. I'll stop the reactor meltdown." She shook her head. "No. We stay together. There's no time." But Virea didn't let go. "We're stronger together. I'll help." They ran toward the reactor. Smoke filled the hallways. Lights flickered. Sparks rained down from above. When they reached the reactor room, 2 enemy agents, Aetheri extremists, were planting charges on the core. They turned with shock as Vera entered. "Your Majesty?" one said in disbelief. "Lay down your weapons," she ordered. "This is not the way." "But we came to rescue you," the other shouted. "The humans are using you. You gave them your blood." Virea stood tall. "No, I gave them hope." The extremists didn't listen. One fired at her, but Adam jumped in front, taking the shot in his armor. He fired back, disabling one enemy. The second ran, but Vera used a small device from her belt. It sent a shockwave and knocked him unconscious. The threat was over. Adam fell to one knee. Armors cracked. "But I'm fine." Vera dropped beside him, eyes wide with worry. "You protected me again," she said. "It's kind of my thing now," Adam joked weakly. She laughed through tears. "Fool. But you're fool," he replied. She nodded. The sabotage had failed. But the danger made the council realize something important. Vera hadn't betrayed them. She had saved them. The story spread fast. Zathri extremists had tried to stop peace, but their own queen had stopped them. Many humans who once hated the alien queen now started to respect her. And when Adam told his story in front of news cameras, millions across the colonies watched. "She's more than a queen," he said. "She's the bravest soul I've ever met. I didn't fall for her species. I fell for her heart." 1 week later, a historic meeting was called. Not just humans, but peaceful Zathri leaders were invited too. It was the first mixed council in history. Vera stood before them all. Wearing a silver robe with both human and Zathri symbols, Adam stood beside her in her arms. A new case, one that now held a living baby, carefully grown to full term in accelerated incubation. The baby had blue skin and soft black hair. Its tiny eyes sparkled with purple and green. "This is Nova," Vera said. "She is not mine alone. She is ours, human and Zathri." Gasps echoed across the room. "She will not be raised by governments. She will not be studied like a science project. She will be raised by love. And we invite anyone human or Zathri who believes in peace to help raise her world." For a moment, no one spoke. Then the human councilwoman Alira stood. "I will support this." A Zathri elder stood. "And so will I." More followed. Cheers. Applause. A beginning. Later, Adam held baby Nova in his arms. "She's so small," he whispered, "but she already did what armies couldn't." "She united hearts," Vera said, "because she came from love, not hate." Adam smiled. "Then let's build her a world worth living in." Riea looked out the window at the stars. "Let's start today."